as per the second part. Now, we can divide this verse into two segments. The first part is how the Lord, once again, liberated the Israelites through Moses out of Egypt, which is in the book of Exodus. This teaching is basically the same as how in Jeremiah 29 verse 12, which you may open, which states that, "Then when you will call upon me and come pray to me, and I will hear you." The Lord listens to those who ask of him with a pure heart. Now, this is very direct in life, where when we go through hardships in life, we should be willing to go before the Lord and ask for him, not by our own will and strength, but through the power of the Holy Spirit, that we will go through that challenge, obstacle, or any sort of hardship in life and succeed in it successfully. Now, the second part, open wide your mouth and I will fill it. Now, this part is very direct, that as per when you ask the Lord, he will give it unto you. Now, as per the book of James, chapter 2, verse 14 to 17, now it says that, "What does it profit, my brethren, if a man says he has faith but has no works? Can his faith save him? If a brother, sister is ill-clad and in lack of daily food, and one of you says to him, 'Go in peace, be warmed and filled,' without giving him the things needed for the body, what does it profit?" So faith itself, if it has no works, is dead or barren. Basically, when you ask the Lord for your daily requirements, you have to also put in the seed for you to reap a crop. Since you cannot expect to earn a profit from a shop if you don't put in the effort of even trying to sell a single thing, what use is it? Better just close up shop. It's better always put in the seed so that the Lord can add on his blessings. Since you cannot drive a car, whether it's full of fuel, whether its wheels have enough air, whether its engine is running smoothly, yet you do not press the accelerator. Without that small push, the car will go nowhere and you'll be stuck where you are. Of course, the Lord helps those who are in desperate need, but you also need to put in the effort so as to gain what the Lord has in store for you. Since, as per I've noticed, most Christians depend on the Lord for everything, but do not put in the effort. Back in school, I usually see most people praying to Lord every time, expecting a good grade. Yet you're the first person to run to the dormitories to fall asleep. Don't put in any effort in reading. All you ever think of is girls, food, sleep. That's all you ever think of. That's why sometimes I see that even though they are in the wrong, devil worshippers have one advantage. They will always wake up at 3 a.m. or whatever time they wake up to go around your house or break an egg for the demons to be pleased. They put in the effort so as to reap the harvest out of you. Now, you as a Christian, you just expect that manna will just come from heaven, fall upon you, and you'll eat. Yet, you do not put in the effort of going to harvest it. So, as a good Christian, you should put in the effort, since so as to guarantee benefits from God which he has in store for you. He has plans for good and not for evil. But also you need, so as to reap benefits from it, you need to put in the work, since good work is always rewarded. A good example is when Moses, once again, came across the bitter lake in the desert. Now, once the Israelites found that lake, of course they were thirsty. They've been in the dry desert for quite some time. Now, they come across that bitter lake. They take one sip of it, just that small amount of water, and they start complaining as usual. Now, Moses asked the Lord to turn the waters sweet. Of course, now the Lord told Moses, throw that twig, or in other versions, the stick, into the waters. Now, the waters would have just turned sweet if the Lord had just commanded it directly. But the Lord told Moses, put the twig in the waters. Now, without that small action of Moses putting the twig into the waters, the lake would have still remained the same. That small action changed the whole situation for the Israelites, and they got a drink eventually. Actually, I'm pretty surprised that Moses actually listened this time, since they always complain after that. They complain all the time, as Christians always complain. The Lord provides for you, then you go back to complaining. The Lord also expects you, after the action that you have given unto him, you should also do it in his glory. For the Lord turned the bitter waters sweet, so as the Israelites can turn back to him and see the wondrous glory of God. All those actions he did unto them for his glory, partitioning the waters, raining manna from heaven, quails coming out of nowhere, and all in all, arriving at the promised land. But yet, as Israelites and as normal human beings, we complain after that. We're never satisfied with what God has in store for us. Now, say that you say you want to be a successful business person. You go to the Lord, pray to him, oh Lord, help me and my shop. Please, once I get good profits from it, I will come back to you so as to worship you and give out half of my profits unto you. The next minute, you put in the action as per a good Christian, and eventually, you reap a good crop. Your shop has hundreds fold of the profits. And once you get the profits, instead of praising the Lord, you forget about him altogether. You forgot that he was the one who brought you out of that hardship. He was the one who took you from that level and took you to the next. He took you from square zero and made you successful. Yet, you as a normal Christian, you forget to worship the Lord, for he was the one who took you out of it. Now, then later on, you see that, say that there's a small spike in investments, that somehow you start incurring losses onto your business. Now, you instead of glorifying the Lord in all, you go back to complaining as a normal Israelite, complaining. Mungu mbona si nilikuwa nimetoa sadaka na hata ilikuwa kuota. Nilitoa sadaka na bado tu saona napata loss. Now, you as a Christian, you shouldn't be complaining. You should be like, a good example is Job. All in all, he instead glorified the Lord through his hardship. You too should put, as when you pray to the Lord, put in the work, and knowing that all in all, in the end, you should always thank the Lord at the end of the road. Like when you get a good grade in examinations, you should thank the Lord instead of going to your neighbor and start bragging, oh, nimepata A. You should always thank the Lord, since there's no benefit in all that work that you put in if the Lord isn't glorified in your actions. Now, in general, when we call upon the Lord, he will answer to those who are pure-hearted and minded. But if faith isn't accompanied by works or deeds, it's as good as dead. Now, to earn that blessing, you have to put in the work, and all in all, for his glory. Now, all of us know the story of Joseph. Joseph started out his life being hated by his brothers. Now, as he went on with life, he trusted that the Lord would help him. He prayed dearly, and the Lord helped him gain favor, even as a slave in Potiphar's house. What if he fell into temptation by Potiphar's wife? Umepewa form free na umekata. Instead of allowing him to get that temptation, he decided to allow the Lord to lead him. He ran away. Personally, as most people understand, msichana mzuri amekuja, mrembo, tena suddenly anakuambia twende kwa kitanda. Yes, as normal Kenyans, wangeitikia tu, sini free. Sindio, sini free. But he instead ran away. As I see in high school, kijana tu anapewa tako tu na msichana mara moja, and that's it. Anafurahia instead of focusing on his life ahead. Now, if he fell into temptation, his life could have ended just there. The story of Joseph could have just ended somewhere around Genesis 40. But no, he allowed the Lord to lead him through his works. And later on in life, alipata bibi better. He was second in command in Egypt. Just by his prayers, he put in the action of glorifying the Lord and gaining favor with man. And later on, once he got favor with the Lord and with man, he glorified him at the end of the road. Now, God's plan for us is different from our own understanding. For God's plans are different from man's thinking. So don't think that when you pray, you are going to be answered instantly, though. His answers are yes, no, or wait. So don't complain when it takes a long time for you to receive what the Lord has in store for you. When you read that part, the second part of Psalms 81, verse 10, open your mouth wide and I will fill it. It doesn't say there that open your mouth wide and I will fill it immediately. God has his own timing. According to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it all talks about how Solomon was talking about perfect timing in the Lord. Now, you should not expect that you will reap good fortunes as soon as you finish that prayer. When you hope for a new car, don't expect that it will just come at your gate as soon as you're done with that evening prayer. Don't expect that good grade will come as soon as you finish your prayer before that exam. Don't be too expectant that the Lord will do it according to how you think that your life should go. God has his own plan. He has his own storyboard for your life. His destiny is different from how you expect it. I've learned it myself. Personally, I started out praying back in primary school, hoping that the Lord will do wonders for me as soon as I finish praying. But the Lord had different plans unto my life. I ended up in a different school than what I planned. I didn't even know it existed somewhere in Muranga. But somehow, I see now the Lord is actually helping me. Since I didn't even know that I could be some of the best students in the school, suddenly I knew that the Lord actually had a plan for me. What if I had gone to Alliance? I could be somewhere at the bottom, since if I had done something, if I had allowed the Lord to disarray his plannings, it could have been different unto my life. But now I'm reaping the fortunes of what the Lord has unto my life. I'm reaping all the good things that he has unto my life and the plans that he has ahead of me. Now, as a normal Christian, just allow the Lord to plan the direction he has for your life. Not you plan what he has in store for you. He should be the one leading you. He should be the shepherd unto your life. He should be the pilot for your plane. He should be the driver for your vehicle. And all in all, he should be the leader for your destiny. And all in all, I hope that you've learned something important from the reading that the Lord has given unto me. Now, in general, pray unto the Lord, put in the action, glorify the Lord, and wait for God's timing is 100% guaranteed to be perfect. And that will be the reading for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jotham. Open your mouth wide, and I will. It has reminded me, for the mothers who are here and you are slightly older, remember how ulikuwa unaekea mtoto uji alafu unashikilia